Well, we're heading into November. It's finally starting to cool down a bit in Osaka. Just about ready for something hot to drink. And it's time to start thinking about Christmas baking. Now, I've just made up some beautiful little thumbprint cookies. I call these the colorful Christmas thumbprint cookies. You make them with a couple of different jams. It's like a little jewel sitting there on the table. I would leave these. I'll probably make these more towards in December. But if you want to start making some right now that really keep for a long time, remember I showed you how to make brunzli. So you can find those either on YouTube, look for brunzli, or you could also find them in the recipe booklet, the dessert recipe booklet on the Patreon feed. So let's go in the kitchen and make some of these cute little thumbprint cookies right now. And they're quite good too. All right, so for our colorful Christmas thumbprint cookies, well, we only need a few ingredients. What we've got here is 1 3/4 cups of flour, a 1/2 cup of sugar. In the more dry ingredients, 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Then over here, we've got 3/4 cup of butter at room temperature. So it's quite soft and ready to, we're just about to beat it up and make it fluffy. 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, to put inside the thumbprints, we've got 2 different types of jams. You can use any flavor you want. I'm using today strawberry and blueberry because I like the kind of the blue color and the red color there. About 1/4 cup of each. Really, it's just going to be whatever you use in the thumbprint cookie. So about 1/4 cup of each. You could just use a 1/2 cup of one if that's all you've got. That's fine. It's just I like to have a little variation in my color. So let's get things going. First of all, we're going to mix together some of these dry ingredients. Just the flour and the salt and the baking powder. I'm going to combine them all together. So let's put them in this bowl. Just kind of get it mixed in a bit. We're going to mix them into the wet ingredients after. So get that all together. That's pretty good. Get that off to one side. Now I'll bring in a larger bowl. I'm going to add the butter. You see that butter is quite soft, so it's really not going to take much creaming. Just going to give it a quick squish like that. I'm going to cream that sugar in there. Get that off to one side. All right, just give that a quick creaming just to get it started. And we're going to beat it with the electric mixer. All right, that's basically got it together. So I forgot to bring my favorite plastic spatula in, so we'll just use this little spoon to get rid of everything. All right. Okay, so now that's ready to go. I take the electric mixer and just mix this up until it's nice and fluffy. Okay, so this has been going for about a minute. You can see it's nice and fluffy. So what we're going to do now, add in the egg and the vanilla. Whoa! And there we go. Mr. Butterfingers again. Oh, good. Very nice. All right. So let's beat that again until it's fluffy. Okay. All right. So let's take a bit of that off there. Make sure we get all our goodness into our batter here. And maybe just leave a little bit on there to lick afterwards. All right. So what I want to do now is just mix in the dry ingredients. We're going to combine these. So just a light mixing until you get everything nicely combined. Just use a bit of a cutting motion. Cut the dry into the wet. We're going to end up with a little bit of a stiff batter so we can roll nice balls out of it. So just keep mixing until it's all together. All right, that is all come together now. It's going to form into balls. They're starting to form together now. So that is absolutely perfect. Now, a little bit of dry stuff there. Let's get that mixed in. I'm going to check the bottom, see if there's any dry kicking around still. Just get it mixed in. And then, this is where you can get your hands dirty. All right, so what you do now is we have a baking sheet here. Let's put those off to one side for right now. So we got the baking sheet here. We got this. I want to roll about 1 inch or about 25 centimeter balls. So just gotta do like that. Just roll them around in your palm a bit until you've got a nice little ball, and then plop that on the sheet here. And just keep doing that until I will leave a little space between each one, so you know don't crowd them on there, because you're gonna spread out a bit. You're gonna squish them down with your thumb. That's gonna spread them a bit, and then also a little bit in the baking. So let's get a little space. Notice I've got here on the baking sheet also is a piece of cooking paper. It just makes it so much easier to remove afterwards. They just come right off, and you can get right into the next batch into the oven. All right, so that's our first batch rolled out. Now, what I do now is you use a thumb or a finger. I find I have more control with my finger over doing this, so just push down, make a little depression in here. Sometimes you have to fix like this a bit. Down in there. Yeah, I guess the thumb works pretty good, but it's the finger I got a little bit more. I can round it out nicely. Okay, so let's go like that, that. And your finger starts to get sticky, just give it a quick wipe off. Keep going. Okay, so now we've got some nice little wells there. Take a small spoon like this and just fill the well up with a little bit of jam. A little bit more on that one. I like to go about half and half, so I'll put strawberry in half of them and blueberry in the other half. Now here our oven has just come ready, so that's perfect timing. That is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And we're just gonna get these in there, bake them for about 13 to 14 minutes, and then they should be ready. All right, so see you in about 13 to 14 minutes. We'll bring these out of the oven. We'll have some beautiful, colorful Christmas thumbprint cookies. All right, these are looking great. They're ready. See you in a couple minutes. All right, those have just come out of the oven. Look at those little jewels that they are. One of them did spring a bit of a leak. Sometimes you get a crack and it will leak a little bit there. But all around, looking fantastic. Nicely golden around the edges. That's what you want to see. And then it's just melted in here like little jewels. Now, one of the things nice about doing this on kitchen paper is over here on the side, I've already prepared the next batch. So as soon as this cools down just enough that I can get these guys off here and onto cooling racks, these can go on the tray and back in the oven. So you just keep them going in as many batches as you want to make. All right, so enjoy these delicious little colorful Christmas thumbprint cookies. They are fantastically delicious, and they're like little Christmas ornaments to have out at Christmas time. Enjoy. Now if you go to the link appearing on the screen and also clickable in this video's description, you can download and print out this recipe from the Dessert Recipes booklet on Kuma's Kitchen's Patreon page. Just click the featured tag called Recipes. Now go print out the recipe and enjoy colorful Christmas thumbprint cookies and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.